Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, cause it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, here we go. One day away from the weekend. Yeah. All kinds of good stuff going on, like football tonight, bitches.
That's right. I gotta watch. I gotta record. I gotta see my panda on TV.
Yeah.
Because like my neighbor, Mr. Michael said, oh, that panda, he's so good looking. He's gonna make the broadcast for sure.
Okay.
So your neighbor wants to blow Panda?
My neighbor thinks that because my husband is so attractive, he's definitely going to make the television broadcast.
Yeah, I don't know of any TV network that's like, you know what, we need to show hotter guys. They do show, you can tell, they always show like really hot chicks.
They show goofy guys, though. And Panda got on the CBS broadcast when the Dolphins played the Bills down in Miami last time because he wore his Bills helmet and he had a big sign and he was dancing around with his cousin. So Panda knows how to get on TV. He's done it before.
So you think he's going to be seen then, huh?
He brought his helmet.
Okay.
He brought his goofy dancing.
Wow. All right. We'll have to keep an eye out for Panda then tonight.
I will. I'll be watching with that eagle eye.
Okay. Yeah, it should be good. You got Bills and Rams, team that was in the Super Bowl last year. Winners of the Super Bowl last year. So they're going up against the Super Bowl champs.
And they're favored to win.
The Bills are?
Yes.
Yeah, Bills are really solid. They could have and should have been there, but Tyreek Hill kind of did them in. So, but now he's with the Dolphins. So we'll see. Ozzy going to be doing the halftime show tonight. Be interesting to see him. I saw a clip of Ozzy doing a live performance today, and he sounded good. And I don't know how much of it was legit because I saw Ozzy at whatever the hell they called the Sunrise. And what is that thing now? It was BB&T, and it's
oh gosh, it's something else now.
I don't even know.
Sunfucker Stadium.
I hate when they do that because it's just I'm getting too fucking old to remember all these changes.
I can't keep up,
and I can't tell people where the hell I went. But anyway, I saw him there, and it wasn't good. Unfortunately,
we've heard that there's backup vocals. I mean, the guy's 74 and snorted ants.
And honestly, I'm okay with that. I would rather have him kind of singing over than have the whole thing sound like ass.
Right.
You know, that's what a lot of hip hop does.
Yeah.
Is they not only do they rap over the chorus, sometimes they will even rap over their main vocal verse.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
It sounds good.
Whatever. It doesn't anymore. I mean, come on. I'm over it.
I kind of feel like people play live doing well.
Then you got two options. You got Ozzy sounding like complete ass, or you got it sounding good, and he's getting some help. What would you rather see?
I'd rather see him do it the way they would normally do it.
Gosh, I saw him doing it. It was fucking painful.
I know.
It was just, I wanted to leave. I'm like,
Kevin votes for lies.
I do, because it was so bad. I'm just like, gosh, and this is like my favorite all-time artist, and I'm like, no, that's all right. If I want to hear bad singing, there's karaoke down the block, and that's free, by the way.
You're right.
And these days, man, 80% of the karaoke singers are good.
Yeah,
you are right.
A lot of times, karaoke people they can sing.
Karaoke has definitely elevated.
It has.
Yeah, it's not the same. I hate that when you get a good singer up there. I only want the drunks.
I love that. I like a mixed bag because you do need the person that can't sing that's drunk. You need that person. They're fun. There's the levity, but it's also cool to see someone knock it out of the fucking park.
I noticed that it intimidates some. You got to see what's out there. In fact, I'm one of those people that if everybody's crushing it, there's no way I'm getting up there to sing.
It does blow my mind how many people are afraid to do karaoke. They'll go, oh, I could never do that. There's no way. I'm not good, blah, blah, blah. Well, people, they don't go to karaoke because it's good. It's because it's fun.
Yeah. And if you're entertaining, then it makes up for being a bad singer.
Totally.
Yeah.
Some people hate singing in front of other people. They don't want to do
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Music class, I remember in music class as a kid, there was this one girl who did not want to sing the songs out loud, and the teacher made her sing them out loud. She's like, I don't want to sing them. I'm embarrassed to sing. You're singing them. So she sings them, and she starts crying
my
as
gosh.
she's singing.
That's terrible.
Is that the
That's so awkward.
Is that the message we want?
hell are we
No. Now that kid's going to be terrified to get up and sing ever again.
Yeah.
Hates music, that kid.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like that's the right move. Got some other emails that came in here. We had some really good confessions. I love the anonymous app. We'll post up the link to it because I can't remember how to get to it. But we post up the links on our social media when we ask a question, like tell us about your most embarrassing one-night stand, and then it just sends us your comment, and we can't trace it back to who you were, so it's a complete anonymous submission.
I love it.
Some of the other stories that came in, Robert said, when I first met my wife, we were at her home. It was the same night. We hooked up, had a little drunk sex, and I wake up in bed, and I'm alone. She's not there. I go looking for her, and I find her sleeping on the floor of the shower naked.
Whoa.
And I wake her up, and she looks at me and starts screaming in horror because when we met, she was hammered, and she didn't know who I was. She thought I was an intruder.
That's terrible.
She thinks she's getting murdered. How about that? Chris had said, yeah, in the morning of my one-night stand, a lady had something hanging from the ceiling, and I'm like, what is that? It was her dead cat that had now turned into bones, and she kissed it. I got the hell out.
What the fuck?
So she knew about it. She kept it.
She kissed her dead cat?
Yeah, it was just cat bones at that point.
People are fucked, man. There's a lot of fucked up people out there, and you would never know it unless you get a little bit deeper into their life.
Damn.
We're working with someone right now that if you went into their private life, you would be just fucking floored.
Yeah.
And his name is Suits.
Wow.
I think you would be floored of how normal he is.
Apparently, all the people on the Buzz back in the day were hooking up. We'd had one that somebody hooked up with a DJ on the Buzz, and they talked about it on the show, and their mom knew about it because they picked him up at this DJ's apartment.
Oh, get it.
Somebody else said, yeah, I had a shameful one-nighter with a Buzz intern. Man, I was a slut in college.
I bet I know who that intern is.
You're really not trying to bang your way to the top if you're boning interns, though.
You got to start somewhere.
That ain't how you do it.
Somebody had said when we're doing the, try to stump us with a South Florida trivia questions. One of the questions somebody had was, what was the first year of the Buzz Bake Sale? And I'm like, I wouldn't know that. That was probably before my time. So when I got here, the Buzz was thriving. That was 99.
Yeah, the Buzz was around for a while.
Yeah, and
before y'all were here.
Buzz was around till what, the 2010, somewhere around there, or late 2000s?
It was, yeah.
I can't remember when they finally pulled the plug on that thing.
By the time we were going to Miami, or the end of Wild, Buzz had already been pulled.
Maybe 2012, somewhere around there.
Because I remember it was, they threw in Opie and Anthony, they threw in Howard Stern, they threw in David Lee Roth, and then they brought Loper, Randy, and Schmitty. And they were the last ones, I believe, to be on the Buzz, right?
I think so, because, it was Mark and Dahmer and Cindy. And then Howard Stern pulled a power trip and said, I want to be on all these terrestrial stations. And they were owned by the same company, CBS or whatever, Infinity it was, that owned Stern. And he pulled that trip, and they got rid of Mark and Dahmer and Cindy, a very good local show. And then Howard Stern, like a year later, decided he was going to go to Sirius XM.
And his ratings were not good in West Palm Beach.
No.
They weren't. We beat Stern every time. Every book, we beat Stern.
Yeah.
Opie and Anthony too. I know they were big too.
No.
We actually kicked their ass in ratings, and they went on the air and made a whole segment about how terrible we are and how fucking awful. And that was during our popcorn stunt. They were riffing on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember the one guy in the show was like, I think it was pretty good.
That was Jim Norton talking about Hell No to H2O. They featured us twice.
Yeah.
They ripped my song Hell No to H2O, and then Jim Norton defended me, but I think he fucking thought it sucked too.
Whatever. That's a good song.
Yeah, really hurt our ratings.
But that was just it. They end up getting fired from West Palm Beach.
Our ratings always went up when they trashed us.
Always.
Loved it.
And then they bit the dust. Don't fuck with a witch.
Oh, the Opie and Anthony show, they blew up. Opie and Anthony hate each other. I mean, fucking hate each other.
Mortal enemies now.
They internally combusted.
Then they did Opie and Jimmy Norton, and then Jimmy Norton and Opie, they blew up, and Jim Norton hates Opie. So they're
all terrible people.
Hate
really
runs
are.
deep. I mean, when you come from a place of being a dick, and everybody around you is a dick, guess what? It's gonna end up dicky.
Well, if you don't know who Opie and Anthony are, what they would do is they would take audio of other shows like our show, or terrestrial shows, and they would feature them on a thing called Jocktober. And they would analyze and not only would they rip apart the material, they'd rip apart the way they looked, the way their family looked. They really went in hard. And it was, talk about karma. All those people they made fun of are still in the industry. Opie's not.
Yeah, you're right.
Anthony does his own thing, and Jim Norton still does his own thing.
I think they got a podcast.
Be careful what kind of bad energy you just throw and throw and throw, because it comes back around. Bad energy remembers. It's like a boomerang. It knows where it came from.
Well, what they would do is that all their fans would go on a show's Facebook page, and then they would just put porn and racist attack, all kind of just the most horrific shit you could, and shows would have to shut down their Facebook page, and that was a problem across, for a lot of people.
That's their thing, huh?
You never heard of that? Any your friends in radio?
No, I didn't really pay attention to that. I mean, I never hung with those guys and don't know anybody that did. So, I don't know. It's not.
They just, I know, attacked a lot of your friends in the industry.
They did, yeah. We never, I don't know. Honestly, we never really talked about it. I don't know if anybody really gave a shit.
I don't think anybody really sweat it, because it didn't really hurt.
It was like a bit for them, and that was what they did, and their audience loved it. But, ultimately, it wasn't really that damaging.
For
I think
sure.
They felt like they were doing something good. But
I think you're spot on.
Just kind of ignored it and kept doing what you're doing.
Because you're right. We were featured on there 3 different times, and we're still standing.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been on Stern. I don't know how many, like 7 times.
At least. None of it's been good.
Nah.
I'm sure we'll be on again next time High Pitch Eric fucking tricks us.
Lies and catfishes us.
We fall for any catfish.
I'm not falling for that. You know what? That day, Eric can have the mic all to himself with y'all. I'm out. I'm not sitting through another one of his fucking masturbation fantasies.
Yeah, so with the Buzz, it was on until the 2010s. I don't remember when it ended. And then, you're right. The last ones they had, I think, was Loper and Randy. And I saw, unfortunately, they just got let go from the Buzz in Columbus, Ohio.
Oh. They did?
Yeah, just happened. They had been there for 10 years, and the Blitz in Columbus. It was a station I listened to in high school. Great station. It was hard rock. And
the Blitz. Oh, yeah.
99.7 The Blitz.
Kevin loved the Blitz.
Badass station. It's really freaking good. And I thought they were just crushing it there. I thought they were doing really good. So I don't know what happened, but sorry to see that. So
that definitely is sad.
They're solid people, so I need to reach out to Loper. Just let him know. Be like, know what that's like, dude. Been there.
It sucks to get blown out, but, hopefully he has a plan.
T-Conk in the chat room says Smitty from the Buzz is the lead singer of Girlfriend Material. I guess it's a band.
Oh, okay.
Love that guy. He was really cool.
Yeah.
People always would try to pitch shows together, and I always thought that was the dumbest thing. I played baseball against my friends, so I've never had that mentality. We ended up doing a gig together, me and Smitty.
Oh, did you
We
really?
ended up rapping and singing on stage at Dr. Feelgood's.
I've heard of Girlfriend Material.
Yeah, I have too.
I've
They're good.
seen them.
Schmitty was a really cool guy to me. I always had nothing but great things to say about him.
Yeah. So when the Buzz went away, I think they'd taken it online. They're doing like an online radio station. It didn't do great, but I know even just here, because they were with the company we're with now, they were, 103.1 is now a country station. Not the Buzz, but I know they were kicking around the hallways and be like, hey, what if we brought the Buzz Bake Sale back? Do we have to have the Buzz to have the Buzz Bake Sale?
They still have a Buzz newsletter they send out. It's beloved. Not only with KVJ Nationers, people always speak highly of it. People in the building speak highly of it.
Oh, I loved it, yeah. If we had Buzz Day and played Buzz music, it'd be amazing.
I would love it too. I do like a lot of that music.
Yeah. I remember they played Incubus all the time, and Incubus has a great song out right now. I'll play that.
I remember that I'd always wait for them to play "Lit," My Own Worst Enemy.
They played that. They played the hell out. They played that style of music.
Song.
Yeah. They play a lot of that Dickie Cadillac.
Yeah.
Yeah.
HD teenage Dickie music.
Who wants to see my Dickie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anna's got a good point. She said, the Buzz Bake Sale would only work if you had the same bands. And now it'd probably be more of a nostalgia show. I don't know how it would.
Yeah, you can't have Shawn Mendes coming to the Buzz Bake Sale. No offense to Shawn.
No. But I mean, today's alternative, what you would put out there. But they do the one in Fort Lauderdale. That's based off a radio station. I can't remember what they call it, but it's pretty successful. It's a 2-day thing on Fort Lauderdale Beach, and they had some really good bands.
The Buzz sometimes they mix it up and play that softer side of alternative adult, and I love that shit. Yeah, Sunday morning Buzz Light.
That was nice.
That was my favorite program on any radio station. I would wake up to listen to that.
Yeah. Yeah, so it would work. Yeah, I mean, there's 21 Pilots and the Killers and all that kind of stuff that you could do today.
You could bring a Weezer, an older dog.
Doubt. Absolutely. Yeah, that'd be fantastic. So, yeah, it would work. I don't know if they ever throw it around again and I hear it, I'd be like, let's do it, man. That'd be awesome.
Foo Fighters.
Oh my gosh,
I know.
I was listening to Foo Fighters this morning. I'm like, holy crap, man! They just I hope they can continue on with their. And I think they will. I think they did the right thing, and they had to park it for a while. But, gosh, I'm rooting so much for Taylor Hawkins' son. He's only 16, but
wouldn't that be amazing?
If he took over drumming for that, he didn't miss a note or anything. He nailed My Hero.
If I was that kid's mama, I would say to him, you know what, kid, you don't need to finish school. You need to go on tour with the Foo Fighters.
Every night you just be thinking of your dad. What an ultimate tribute. Everything you do. And can you imagine his dad, Taylor, would be like, you know what? If I can't do it,
I want you to do it for me. Yeah. I mean, it just gives me goosebumps.
If I go down, I've told Cannon or Colin, or be like, you got to go in there and host the show, man.
I think Caitlin could be.
Yeah.
She could hold it down.
She's showing interest.
She's sassy. She's
field.
Feisty.
Well, see, she is very.
I love her TikTok. She makes me laugh.
Yeah, she's very cutting like her mom. So look out. Tyler, he had said, I was listening to the Confessions and the one about the thruples. It reminded me of a time that I was on a 7-day acid bender years ago, and once I sobered up, I realized I was a part of a thruple. They were still cool with it, but I booked it the first chance I got. Can you imagine you're so whacked out of your mind you don't realize you're in a thruple?
Wait a minute, I'm in a thruple.
Well, I don't know if you've ever done this. Have you ever dated somebody, especially I'm talking about more of like the first month or so, where you guys go out, but you're always drinking around that person, and then maybe on like the 6th date, for whatever reason, both of you are sober, and you're like, I do not at all like this person whatsoever.
It was weird.
It was very weird.
You don't connect.
And I don't think it's a healthy thing to go, if I'm going to hang out with that person, I have to drink.
It was just odd, yeah. It was odd.
It's happened to me.
Uh-huh. We also were talking about who would be the most famous person from Florida. A couple other suggestions, people we didn't mention. There's a website that they had given it to Ariana Grande, and we're like, I don't know, maybe Johnny Depp, would probably be the one we came on instead of Ariana Grande. Pitbull, Flo Rida. Flo Rida wouldn't be. It'd be Pitbull maybe. But somebody said Kelly Slater, 11-time surfing world champion. Billy sent that in, yeah. But I don't know. In the surf world, you say that, but I don't know for everybody else. I know of him.
I love that they sent that in there because they're just trying to get their world in, and I love that. And I know Kelly Slater, not personally. I know of him, but I don't know if everyone does.
No.
If you walked in this hallway right now and asked 10 people, you're going to get 2 people that know him.
Yeah, I've run into him a time or two, but. Yeah, if somebody hadn't introduced me, I wouldn't know. Tyler said Megan Fox went to Centennial High in Port St. Lucie. Yeah.
The biggest?
Not even still close. Not the biggest, but yeah, she did. Yeah, I guess you can claim that because we were talking about if you went to high school for your professional career, it would count. Let me see here. Trying to figure out the mystery of the driving dog from Port St. Lucie. From 2019 in a 2003 Mercury Sable. How did that work out? Somebody had texted and said, and in the story at the end, the guy had said that apparently the dumbass got out of the car with the car still in reverse, and the dog said, "Whoa, rakes," and then it started taking off. It was going in circles for about an hour. Ann said, I had a standard shift and my dog hit the e-brake and rolled the car down a ramp.
Damn.
Yeah. So basically the whole thing is don't leave a dog in a car because shit can happen. Mimi said, no, you can't leave a dog in a car. One time I left my dog and he hit the window down button and escaped and left my car wide open running.
He escaped? He goes, fuck this noise. I'm out.
Peace, bitches.
And then the car's running with the windows down.
The whole time going, the dog's probably thinking, she's not going to leave me in here. Oh, my gosh. He's watching her walk in the store. Okay, let me hit that fucking window button.
Freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Rachel said, yeah, you were talking about gators in the ocean. It reminded me of a story from 2010. A guy that was diving behind the breakers at the Breakers Reef spotted a gator hanging out about 50 feet down. Yeah, I think I do remember that. It was kind of a weird thing, and it was up there. It made the news. 60 feet down on the ocean floor, an American alligator, which is a freshwater species. So I guess it can happen, but you may start seeing it more often. Doug kind of broke it down. He said, I was listening, you guys are talking about alligators in salt water. While they can tolerate salt water for a few hours, maybe days, they usually are found in swampy freshwater areas. However, there is a saltwater crocodile that lives in Florida at the tip of South Florida. They live in the brackish waters and canals right at the bottom of the state. They're between 14 and 20 feet long and are usually not very aggressive. Unfortunately, though, the Nile crocodile, which may have come over from Africa, like many of the pythons, by way of some of the collectors, are now getting loose.
Oh, Lord.
They've been seen in the Everglades, and they're extremely aggressive.
Maybe the people that had them, like, they outgrew their cage.
I just feel like if there were gators always in Juno Beach fucking with people, or even we would know about that. Everyone would be taking video of it, and it never happens.
Says they might be interbreeding with the American crocodiles, too. 2 were seen in 2014. The Nile crocodiles can pull down a wildebeest and will attack humans. In fact, sometimes they prefer them to other prey.
Oh, damn. They like the taste of human flesh.
Well, because other animals don't go up to the fucking crocodile trying to take a selfie with it.
With chicken in their hand.
Yeah.
Jeez. Well, like many of the other species with the interbreeding, we may have a new invasive species that'll be bigger and much more aggressive. Great times.
Imagine if the crocodiles start driving. Now we're really fucked.
I know, right? What the hell?
That would change the game if you were stuck in traffic and crocodiles were driving cars. Life changes as we know.
Yeah, it's very odd if you see an animal driving a vehicle.
The game's changed.
A crocodile could probably drive a car too. I'm just saying.
Yeah, probably. That's right. Don't leave your crocodile in your running car.
I just think once the birds turn on us, we're fucked.
The birds are the scariest.
Well, that's in a sense what I've been talking about. This so bizarre this year is every other day we've got either a shark or crocodile attack story. And it really, even though they're horrific, scary creatures, their attacks on humans was very few and far between. We've way exceeded, like, I'd have to break it down. Maybe I'll do that for tomorrow and look at the numbers. But I think it's like triple or quadruple the amount of deaths
but you're right,
had from attacks this year for whatever reason.
But most people aren't going to come in contact with a gator or a shark typically. Birds, we all got to walk around. When that bird flu was really going on, when Oprah was covering it, we were playing that one song. I was kind of nervous about that because if birds do fuck us over, I think we really are done.
Remember the song "Bird Flu"?
Yeah,
nothing that you can do.
I'm more afraid of birds than I am sharks, gators, bears, lions.
Most birds don't seem to give a shit about us. But once they decide they hate us and they want to take us out, they are the ultimate weapon.
And then I think, too, they can get... What if they get all sick and they have some type of flu and then they're shitting in our water and they're shitting on your lounge chairs and they're shitting everywhere?
Nah, I'm not afraid of their shit as much as I am their teeth.
Well, I think the thing that makes them so fearful is that they can attack you with their beak and they can kill you with their shit.
Yeah, they zoom in, beak first, hit you in the temple, lights out, Ralston.
Then they shit on you just as a signature.
That's their finishing move.
Fuck you, Ralston.
They shit in your beady eye.
And...
Yeah, and they like to shit a lot, these birds.
Oh, they all have diarrhea. What the fuck are they eating?
And I'll watch a bird. I'll go, my gosh. First of all, I didn't want to see that. And clearly there's no more shit in that bird. 3 seconds later, bird shit.
Yeah.
Bird shit is repulsive.
It is.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's everything all in one.
I'm just saying, and then they have the power of flight. They can see shit we can't. We can't fly. They can.
So it would be fun, though, to fly over people and shit on them.
Then you wish you did have diarrhea.
You could dress as a bird and fly around.
Open the flap.
Yeah.
That's where the game really changes. If humans can fly and shit on people.
Yeah.
I have so many people I want to fly over and shit on.
Oh, do you think social media has made things bad now? It would be hell in a handbasket.
Oh my God, I'd make so many fun TikToks of me shitting on my enemies.
Because that's what we would do. We would learn how to fly, and humans would shit on each other.
Yeah.
How fun.
I think the only thing maybe scarier than sharks this week is Memphis. Not a good week for Memphis, man.
Is that where the jogger was at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's scary.
That's where the jogger was that was abducted and killed on Friday. I did see that there's a group of people that are going out and running in her memory to finish the course that she was going on, which is beautiful and lovely. But the organizers who are doing this, their whole point is they want to stand up for women in the Mid-South and emphasize that women should be able to safely run any time of day. And you're right, women should be able to safely run any time of day, but unfortunately women are not. And I don't know if I would ever trust it. My wife is a runner. I mean, she grew up running, and she was kind of running in the morning too there a couple years ago. And she had a couple weird encounters, and she was just like, there was finally one with this guy that just weirded her out. She's like, I had bad vibes. He had a van. He was following me around, and she stopped. And I get what you're saying. If the world were #BeCool, and we always preach this, and like, man, I wish people were. And you're right. You should be able to run any time of day, anywhere you want. That just ain't life, though.
Thank you. I saw people fighting on social media with, some people would have the comment, well, it's not very safe to run at 4 o'clock in the morning, blah, blah, blah. They'd give their opinion on that. And then the fight would be, you shouldn't tell a woman she can't play. No one's saying you can't.
No.
All people are saying is, it sucks that at 4 a.m. in the morning, yes, it's dangerous for a woman to go running.
Yeah.
It just is.
By yourself.
I didn't make that rule up. I don't
Right.
think it's necessarily safe for a dude to be running at 4 a.m. in the
I
morning.
wouldn't. No, I'd be scared of it too.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
run at 4 a.m. in the morning in West Palm Beach. I just would not. Because to everything you just said, even as a dude, I would see shit. Vans, people stopping, looking at you.
I don't like driving at 5 a.m. It's still dark, and there are some creepy motherfuckers out there that eyeball me and they're trying to see what's going on. I don't like to stop.
It doesn't mean you're a sexist pig if you don't want your wife or your girlfriend running at 4 o'clock in the morning because you're afraid something horrific might happen. That doesn't mean you're sexist. It means you're reminding people, hey, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't know if this is the best move for you.
I don't let Magnolia run. She loves to run. She's in cross country and all that. I don't even let her run in the daytime by herself. She knows that if she wants to run, it has to be with her whole group from cross country or on the treadmill because I don't like it. I get scared whenever I see a beautiful, and they're always beautiful. They're always in the best shape. They're always gorgeous, and they're running by themselves on the street. And I'm like, there's too many crazy snatchings that just happen that I just feel like we got to be more careful. It sucks that we have to be more careful, but we got to be more careful.
We can't not live in reality because we're afraid of hurting people's feelings.
Exactly.
You got to just be honest about the situation.
Reality is bitches getting snatched off the street. They take girls out of the parking lot.
And I don't want to be one of those people that's always doom and gloom because it's not always doom and gloom. There's plenty of people that are going to run 4 o'clock in the morning and make it their entire life. But I just know there is a sense of evil out there that, if you're running on the side streets of Memphis at 4 o'clock in the morning, it's dangerous.
Well, I have been in Memphis for a very long time, and I know they got the barbecue and jazz and that kind of stuff, Beale Street, whatever. But, man, like I said, not a good week for Memphis because you had the jogger story from Friday. And then last night, you had a 19-year-old that was just driving around Memphis shooting people, live streaming it on Facebook.
Oh, my God.
Shot and killed 2 people. He claimed to have shot 5, and he was so pleased with himself when they finally caught him.
Oh, my God.
He had this crazy psycho grin in the photo. And, yeah, he was just, he knew what he was doing. He wanted to do it, wanted to get the attention. And, had his Facebook page. It would always show him flashing guns and money. And he posted a message in mid-August saying, "I'm sorry, Mama. I know you hate how I live. I know you pray every night. I swear I won't go without a fight." And so he just decided that was going to be his last hurrah. But, I mean, not a good sell for Memphis when you got these 2 stories in 1 week. I right now, I love Nashville. Got no desire to go to Memphis.
Yeah, I mean,
I hear it's a very violent city.
I know, to go back to the running thing, I know runners typically get up to run early a lot of times because that's what they do. It's just one of those stories. It sucks that I wish women could run at 4 o'clock. Shit, women have a tough time running at
in the middle of the day.
You just got motherfuckers that there's just so many predators out there, and I think there's a spectrum of it. You've got so many videos of me and Denny's watch of these guys looking in windows. Then you've got all of these guys trying to meet 11-year-olds at Walmart. There's no shortage of this fucking behavior.
No, it really is. It's sad, man. There's just so many freaking nutty people out there.
It's not to shame people. It's just to remind you to be safe. It's like a loved one leaves. Hey, make sure you put your seatbelt on. I would say that to anybody in my. It's not because I think less of you and I don't think you have the right to do that. And that was the fight and the debate on social media.
Yeah,
you're sex as fuck.
Well, if you knew there was going to be someone who is a sexual deviant or predator driving down this road, would you go jogging on this road? And of course, the answer is no. But you don't know how many sexual predators and deviants are driving up and down all of our roads all day, every day. And so when you're on the side of the road and they drive by, now you're in their sights. Where if you would have been on the treadmill in your house, you wouldn't be in their sights. And that's all it is. And you can be mad at me for saying that, but my daughter knows you don't run on the fucking street by yourself. You do not do it.
Well, it probably just should be if you're going to do it. And I get on. Look, South Florida's beautiful, and somebody's texted and said, "I'm a woman. I would love to go to the beach at night, but I'm too scared."
I get
oh
it.
my God, the beach at night.
Yeah,
you're good as dead.
I think you just got to go in groups.
But that's the thing, though.
Yeah.
You can't get to the point. There's got to be something in the middle. It can't be you're as good as dead, because there's a really good chance you're going to go to the beach at nighttime and not die.
Yeah.
With that said, you just got to be careful.
With anything. I mean, you always take precautions for whatever. You get in a car, you put your seatbelt on. That's a precaution. So, to me, go with a group of 2 to 3 other girls and make sure that you got your bear spray or whatever the hell with you as you go out. And so you got each other's back and you're keeping your eyes open. You're not putting in headphones and zoning out from the rest of the world. And if you do it, that's really is what you need to do to remain safe, because I don't think that we're going to just hit a button and flush out all the crazy people.
You're never going to. It's going to get fucking crazier.
Yeah.
And to go back on your topic about the guy that was filming doing the terrible stuff, a lot of times we don't even hear about people filming their crimes because the cops don't want it out there. He was doing it live, so everybody would see it. But there's a lot of crimes where, especially when it's the graphic bad stuff, people film it and they don't want that shit out there because they know people are going to seek it out there. They're going to seek a lot of people want to see the gory details, but there's a lot of stories of a horrific crime going down. The bad person films the whole thing for their own delight. And you just don't hear about that stuff. But I think it's more of a prevalent problem that's going on the more you have all this technology.
Sure. Yeah. So just with everything that you hear like that, you guys, take your own precautions.
You just don't want to live in the scary world all the time, but you also don't want to live in the naive world either.
I think it's just sensible precautions. That's all it is. It's just, okay, hey, you can still go run, but here's what you need to do to make it safer. You know, so you can do it. I don't think there should be anything wrong with saying that. I mean, it's just sensible stuff.
You fucking sexist pig.
And even, I mean, when you are working out, keep an eye on your stuff. Keep an eye on your water bottle. Keep an eye on all your things. Don't go touching things that are on your car. If you see like weird stuff put in your door handle, like there's all kinds of little weird things that dudes are doing out there to snatch. And women too. Women are part of these rings that snatch women too and put them into child or sex trafficking. You just got to be careful and you got to be aware of what's going on around you.
I think what happens too, because a lot of this stuff is now being recorded and it's being distributed to everybody. You see 20 videos, and in the grand scheme of all the numbers on the planet and in the country, it's a very low percentage. But 20 videos back to back, you're seeing, you go, oh my gosh, the whole world's hell in a handbasket, and I don't believe that either.
No,
I think there's a level of evil out there, but I think majority of people are good. Just watch your ass.
That's right. Watch your ass.
That's guy, girl, everybody.
Watch your ass and also wash your ass.
That's right.
You're
Words
right.
to live by.
I'd say maybe more wash your ass is more important than watching your ass.
Could be. All right, y'all. Got one more day left to get to the weekend. Hope to see you back here tomorrow. Have a good one. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems, ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.